guys, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. This should be an interesting little flight for us here. We're starting out at Edwards Air Force Base. We're going to be heading over to just north of Las Vegas. We're heading to Area 51, see what they got over there. And let's jump in the plane here really quick. I got to get my right views going. And let's get fired up really quick and get on out of here. It's going to be about, I don't know, something like a 40-minute flight out of here. We'll see how high up we go. It's about 170 miles or something like that. Get our headphones on. Let's get our batteries on here. Let the plane get fired up. You can see we're sitting out at a lovely Edwards Air Force Base here. This is a freeware version. Now let's get the plane initialized here. Where'd it go? There we go. Utilities, initialize, speed, tests there.
Higher.
That looks good.
Stall.
I hope everybody's having a good Friday, getting ready for the weekend here. All right, that looks good. Fuel. Let me see, 170 miles. You know what? I think I'm going to bump our fuel up just a little bit. Usually just defaults to 50%. I'm actually going to go to 75. There we go. Then we'll sync that. Weights are all good. Let's take a look at our flight plan here really quick. It's just going to be another straight shot here. From Edwards, which is KEDW. There we go. And we're heading to Area 51, which is KXTA. Should be homey. Yep, that's the one. All right. So that looks good. Accept initialization. Let's come over here, get our speed bugs on. And like I said, it's about 170 miles, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank this up. We're kind of going VFR, but let's set this for 17,500. All right, that should be good. And then we'll take a look at the weather and all that stuff along the route there. Speaking of weather, let's go over and grab our weather really quick over here. So departing out of Edwards. Looks like we got winds 230 at 17. Ooh, gusty. All right. Well, not gusty, but it says steady, but breezy at least. 40 miles under visibility clear, 31 already. 2982. Let's go ahead and set that for the altimeter setting. All right, that looks good. And as far as runways, let's take a look over here. So here's our route of flight. You can see Las Vegas. Off to the right of the route right here. We're going from Edwards, where we're sitting down here, across Death Valley, and right up here. So just north of Las Vegas is the huge restricted area right over here, and do a lot of flying over here from Nellis, Red Flag. If you've heard of that, this is where they fly. All sorts of little things over here, and right smack dab in the center of it is Groom Lake, and you can see our little funky base there. So Area 51. So that's where we're heading. As far as taking a look at where we are here, let's see, winds, they said, what was it, 2, well, we're probably going to be taking off runway 23 right, so we'll have to do a little funky taxiing once we get around there. All right, let's get the checklist up. Pre-flight inspection is complete. Doors are latched, parking brakes on, battery 1 and 2 on. And we'll get Gen 1 and 2 on. Well, we don't have an external GPU, FADAC channel alpha, strobe lights on. No cast messages other than the parking brake, thrust lever idle. We'll hold our brakes, we'll turn on our engine, and we'll monitor the fuel pump here. Yep, looking good. Come on. Yep, no other cast messages there. Let's start her up. We're going to monitor our engine instruments here as they come up. Have a little bit of coffee too along the way. All right, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and continue our little checklist here. So everything started good. No ice protection there needed. Yeah, it's getting already toasty over here. Let's turn that off, or well, I should say turn it on, and then put it on auto. And we're gonna leave it on cool because it's hot. It's hot out here in the desert. Oxygen and bleed air are going to come on at the same time. Now, as far as avionics initializations are all complete. Capspin's been removed. You're briefed. Seat belts are all on. Bleeds on. Our comm and nav is set. ATIS we've got. Altimeter we've got. Transponder we're at VFR. And altitude we've got set 17,500. And I'm going to go ahead and hit flight level change, and we'll do heading. And I'm going to change my heading over to 230. Perfect, right there. All right, flight controls are free and correct. We'll set our trim up to 5 today. It's a big runway. And 50 on the flaps. No row trim. We're not pressing toga. Cast messages look good. Seat belts are all set. We're going to release the brakes and check them as soon as we start rolling. All right. So like we said, we're going to take a quick left out of here, go all the way back around. I got to look at my taxi map here. This place is big. All to get to runway 23 right. All right, parking brake off. So like I was saying earlier, this is freeware scenery off of flightsim.to. Both the one over here over at Edwards and the one over at Area 51. And I haven't checked out all of the scenery over here or over at Area 51 either. Like the Edwards one here, I literally just loaded it like before the flight. So the only thing I did was I kind of looked around a little bit to see where to park. Got some C5s over here, and I think we were parked next to a B-52. What is that? Can't see the tail there. Westover, all the way from Westover. Westover's in Massachusetts. About this one here. So what I'm looking at is a C-17 here. I'm looking at right there, local guy, Edwards. And looks like another Edwards there. So I'm going to come down here around the tower. Look at that. Got a couple stealth bombers in there. Looks like a stealth bomber, and behind it is like the B-1. Yeah, I gotta do a little bit more looking around here at Edwards. This looks like a fun place all in itself. Alright, we'll come down here, take a right by the tower, go over to that Osprey sitting out there, and then the runway is out that way to our right. All right, and while we're taxiing out here, let's see what we can do with our checklist here. Departure briefing. Yeah, we're going to take off here, make a turn left or right, and pretty much make a straight shot out to Area 51. Landing lights on, probe heat on. No ice protection needed. No cast messages. We're trimmed up to go. We're ready to take off. We're going to do the normal takeoff, and we'll hold it the climb out checklist. A little bit farther to go here. Just coming up to our runway here, and then we'll be on our way over to Area 51. Like I said, I've never flown out of here, at least in the scenery here, so bear with me. I'll figure out where we're headed here. Yeah, this is it. Lined up. Actually, I'm going to pause right here. Let's see, we're going to sync our heading bug really quick. Pushing that there. And just double check flight level, change, flight director heading. All right, looking good. Let's bring the power up to 50 and full takeoff power. There's 80 and 90. Let's rotate on out of here. A little bit of a crosswind. Now, since we got a long runway here, I'm gonna hold off on bringing the gear up. There's 120, flaps up. Alright, gear up. Yeah, so there's Edwards. Let's see what we see on this side, and then we got the south side right there. Got more stuff over there. I'm going to take a little sightseeing tour over here. Let's get the volume down a little bit there. Manually fly it here, so I'm going to bring the power back there to max continuous. I want to see what there is to see over here. Yeah, Edwards is a pretty big place. You can see the dry lake bed there. That's where the space shuttle used to land. Oops, sorry for all the bouncing around there. Alright, let's go ahead and get our heading set to about north so we can intercept that. Autopilot on. Auto throttle on. And I thought I said heading. Where you going there, man? Left. Sometimes this airplane does a couple little funky things like that. I had my heading on north and it still tried to turn me to the opposite direction. There's a good view of the lake bed there. Alright, let's get our climb checklist done over here. Just gonna check, make sure everything looks good really quick. Alright, thrust levers, we've got it on auto throttle. Engine instruments we're monitoring. Cabin pressures coming up. And we're only going up to 17,500, so we're not going to transition our altimeter setting at all. And this thing X funky right here. There we go. It's so hard to see this knob. I wish I could change the color of it. There's a little roller right there. If we look really closely, right there, and that's you use your thumb to kind of roll it, and then you can click it to acknowledge the different items there. So I got to rely on my cursor turning into either the roller or the finger right there. All right. Let's come over here and zoom out a little bit. Like I said, it's a little bit of a flight. About 40 minutes or so total flight time here. I'm going to go ahead and hit nav too. So we should pick up our nav course right here. Let's see if it does. Unless the plane's acting a little goofy on me here. Here we go. Yep, it's picking it up. Always fun flying out here in the desert. I always liked flying in real life in the desert because, well, if you had some trouble, you pretty much set it down anywhere. Don't have to worry about anything. Just find a halfway decent flat spot that doesn't have a cactus or something in the way. I'm going to turn down the volume just a little bit more, and we'll pop outside here. Nice little departure out of Edwards Air Force Base. Now our route is going to take us, let me bring that up here. Here we are, just out of Edwards. Let's see, where are we going? Ridgecrest, just to the southeast of Ridgecrest. If you remember, that's where they had a couple years back. They had a big earthquake right in this general location. It was like a 7.9 or something like that, and the folks over at Ridgecrest here, which there's pretty much nothing here but, you know, China Lake, which is a Navy base. A lot of cracks and things like that all throughout the area. We're going to go by Trona, which for you railroad guys, that might sound familiar. There's a mine out here, and a somewhat famous rail line, which you can kind of see. This little black line right here with the dots that goes into Trona. All right, and then we're going to go over Death Valley here. There it is, right over the center of the lake bed there for Death Valley. And into our restricted airspace and down into Area 51. Now, like I said, this is the scenery here for Area 51 is freeware. Oh. And there's some things to see there. We'll look around. How do I stream from YouTube or to YouTube from? I use OBS. So if you Google OBS, you'll get it. You'll find it. This software that does all the streaming. Now, the nice thing about some of the airplanes here in Flight Sim, you can change the tail number. So I didn't mean to have X for the tail number here. Right there. Right next to me. I actually meant to have something else. But I was already close to hitting the start of the stream. I didn't get it. I forgot to change the tail number. I put X there because the other day, just for the heck of it, I was flying out of Hawthorne. And if you're familiar at all with Hawthorne Airport, is like right just to the south of LAX, and that's where Elon Musk, I think, keeps, or at least one of his private jets or whatever, corporate jets fly right out of there. That's where the one of the I think SpaceX and Tesla sort of whatever buildings, facilities is right there at Hawthorne Airport. So I thought we'd have a little bit of fun here, and let's take an actual look at satellite view of Area 51. So here we go. We're in Google Maps. Here's Las Vegas down to the bottom here, and then we've got the huge range right here. So if we kind of look around here, we got to look for Groom Lake, which I think is right there. Yeah, that's the one. So here's Groom Lake. I'll make that a little bit bigger. There's our airport. Let's go ahead and zoom down here. I wonder if we could do 3D. Yeah, there we go. Quite a bit of stuff over here, and actually the scenery does model quite a bit of it. There's all sorts of, there's a little bit of junk out here, almost like a little scrap yard, and we'll see what we see in some of the hangars. I found one funky little thing in one of the hangars. Now we're going to be looking for little green men, but let me see. We'll come in here. Zoom out a little bit. We'll park over here, and then what we'll do is we'll take a look around. There was a hangar over here someplace. I found something a little strange in it, in the scenery. But that's Area 51 right there. Back inside here and see where we're at. We're coming up to our cruise altitude. So just watch our thrust level levers here. Go through the checklist here. Ice protection not needed, and we're going to monitor our instruments. Yes, we will. All right, let's go full screen here. We should start speeding up, and as far as weather, and as you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky here out in the desert. Let's see what we have for weather for Area 51. Let's see, nearby weather. So they're not giving us the official weather at Area 51 here, but the closest is KDRA. Where is that? Not even sure where that is, but now I'm curious. See, so I'm looking for the weather, but it says KDRA, which I'm not even quite sure what the heck that is. I don't see it anywhere over here. There's what is that? Tonopah, Blythe over there, Vegas down here. Betty over here doesn't have an observation. Lincoln County. Yeah, so I'm wondering where the heck is KDRA? I'm actually going to look it up. invalid airport. So I don't know. I have no idea what KDRA is. Kind of odd. It's not showing up on SkyVector. Anyway, so what I'm actually going to go off of then, I'm going to look at my other SkyVector chart here. Let's just take a look at Nellis really quick. We got Indian Springs has a couple different observations kind of closer by, just to the south side of the area. It looks like we're starting to speed up here. They've got winds calm, clear, 2986 for altimeter setting, 2987. So in that ballpark. What are we at? 2982 currently, and we're just 2979. I'm going to go ahead and reset this just a little bit. We'll go 2979 because we're going right by China Lake and Ridgecrest, where we had our earthquakes. Making pretty good time here, so just past China. Can't talk. China Lake. Actually, I think this right here is Trona. Is what we're looking at right there. Yeah, China Lake's back here, just underneath the wing there. Let's see if we can get a better look at that. Yeah, that's Ridgecrest right there and China Lake. This is Trona. See if we can see where this rail line comes in. I think that's it right there. There's a road that runs up along it. Yeah, there's the rail line. Comes up this way someplace. Looks like a loop right there. Not the best scenery. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna actually, let me do a little break in reality here. I'm gonna go over to Ultra settings. Let's see if that does anything for us. A little bit. I forgot I had changed my simulator to the high end instead of Ultra. Ultra's higher resolutions and things like that. Very cool. And then Death Valley, yeah, right over here, coming up to it. This is, what is this? Does it have a valley name? Does not. But the official Death Valley here is the one over here, a little bit farther. Oh, by the way, if you were saw my other stream where I was talking about Chicken Strip, which is it's a little tiny airstrip way out over here-ish someplace. Anyway, this general area. There's a little airstrip. It's not even an airstrip. It's literally like somebody cleared it and put some rocks around it. And you can do a little bush flying, fly into there. There's some hot springs that throughout the years people have sort of built up into a little, a little hot spring, like a little hot tub and everything. You can fly in there and if you're daring enough, and then go take a dip in the little hot springs hot tub. So I did download the scenery for that. I did fly in there with, found it on the map. It actually has an identifier, believe it or not, K-LOO, K-L-O-O. And I flew in there with the Vision Jet, which barely made it because it's literally just a little tiny strip. It's like this big. And that took off from there also, which luckily you kind of go downhill a little bit, and then there's a little bit of a ramp. So I never made it off the ground in the Vision Jet until I hit the ramp, and it kind of bumped me up. Which is why we're flying to Area 51 instead over there, because it's I think I'm gonna get one of the slower airplanes instead of the Vision Jet to fly in there. All right, let's take a little bit of a closer look here. What do we got here? 18A, 16, landing 1650. 20 minutes until we're on the ground there, apparently. It's always a nice view coming in here. Like I think I said this in the prior stream when we flew over here to Death Valley. I usually haven't flown out around here. I'm usually south of here because I'm usually in an airliner or something flying from Vegas, to Southern California. So I was out here and I was like, wow, the scenery is really good out here. I have to do a little bit more flying. Hence, I figured we'd do this little trip. Yeah, I didn't really realize how colorful Death Valley is down here. Yeah, we're going by Sugarloaf Peak, which I guess is to our right here somewhere. One of these, I guess. It's called Sugarloaf Peak. Go figure. I'm just looking at the map. And we got to start thinking about our top of descent here. We are coming up roughly, almost like when we're over Death Valley, the dry lake bed. That's about halfway. But it looks so nice, I don't want to go look at the instruments, but we have to. Let's go over to flight plan. We'll go over here. I'm going to hit... get down here a little bit. What did I want to do? We're going to click on that. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Feet. Okay, 0 AGL, enter. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Back. We're going to do 0 AGL, enter. The other enter there. Okay. And what that does is it sets our altitude there, which is not pretty high altitude. Is that what it? Yeah, that's kind of what it is. 4,444 feet. Really? Okay. Kind of high up, but it is. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's about right. So it gives us our time to top of descent. So 9.5 minutes here. We'll start our descent down. And since it's our final waypoint here, you can see we're at just 89 miles out. All right, let's take a look at Death Valley here a little bit more. Looking nice. Yeah, we flew into the airport right over towards here somewhere. Forgot exactly where it is. I think I saw. Yeah, I see a beacon right there. Or no, that's an airplane. Sorry. Now here's the airport, right over there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to drive out here. Not anytime soon. I mean, in real life. Come out to Death Valley. I haven't been out here, but maybe next fall or winter, I'll take a little drive out here and check the place out. Yeah, just crossing the halfway point now. So a few more minutes, we'll start our descent down into Area 51. Let's see here now. As far as runways, I'm not sure if we don't got any charts, so unfortunately. But we have some approaches, which is kind of interesting. So I'm just taking a look at info for what we got right here at Groom Lake, Homey. So let's see what we got. Any charts at all? No. Yeah, we do have a couple of arrival procedures, which are it's interesting. Or departures, at least. Hey, we do have some, look at that. Let's see if we can utilize some of that. We've got some approaches here. We got VORs, we got RNAVs. There's an ILS. Very, very cool, but it's not letting me add it. Normally I can add it to the it's just informational only, I guess, here, huh? Kind of weird. Alright, let's get this out of the way. We're missing all the views. Let's see, top of descent, 5 minutes. So if we're going down to what field elevations 4,444 plus 1,500 for our standard jet, traffic pattern altitude would be 5,000, 6,000. We'll say 5,900. So let me jump on my Stream Deck Plus here. We'll crank that in. 5,900 just for initial altitude down. I'm going to hit VNAV, so we should get a vertical path here indicator. So as soon as we get to our top of descent, we should pick up our path. And we're what do we got for winds? Got a decent little tailwind here, 12 knots. Making 309 knots over the ground. Not too bad. Alright, say goodbye to Death Valley. Well, and the fact that I don't have an observation, though, I really want to know what the weather's like over there. And actually, KXTA is it looks like it's a VOR. Let me see. That doesn't even show up on Sky Vector, but at least in SimBrief or Navigraph charts, I should say, it looks like it's showing up as just a location, military. Well, it's not showing up as an airport, I don't think. It's actually just showing up as a sort of almost a VOR. Kind of weird, but hey, that's Area 51 for you. Alright, 3 minutes top of descent. We'll watch the desert go by over here. I should actually pay attention to chat. Sorry, guys. You guys are quiet today. Yes, we're kind of getting a little bit more, we're sort of over the, what is it? Mergosa Desert right now. Right through here. And then over Skull Mountain, Lookout Peak, all this good stuff. And eventually get into Groom Lake there. Well, Vegas is off to our right there, back behind the peaks there. Yeah, just behind this mountain. This is what is it? Spring Mountains, which is to the east, or sorry, to the west, northwest. So yeah, Las Vegas is just behind this mountain out here. Kind of see a little bit of the valley back there. All right, I don't think we're going to see any other traffic over here, so I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, we got just a minute here. I see our top of descent carrot coming in. So we should actually be able to get a decent rate of, or I mean our airspeed. We should get a good bump up to 250 on our way down. Man, it's been a long week. I got a creak in my neck. Oh my goodness. There we go. I think we're starting our descent here. Yep. And we just crossed over into the restricted area. Yeah, so just down this little valley, the restricted area kind of almost, it's right here, right along this little higher terrain right here. And there's a little airport, or was it? Indian Springs, yeah, down here someplace. That I've flown into. Creech. And Desert Rock, that's what I'm thinking of. Almost there. Now, as far as terrain here, let's see, what do we got? There's a kind of trying to verify what I'm seeing here. Yeah, we got a little dry lake bed right there, and then we got another one up ahead that we're going to cross over pretty much. Yep. And there's that one, and then this little ridge line right here. So that's Groom Lake. That's where we're going, right over there. Just trying to kind of plan our little approach over here, because we'll hand fly it around. And man, I wish I had some wind information there. They're saying winds out of the northwest at 10. So I'm wondering if we kind of come over to the south side of this little mountain right here, and then we'll turn, you know, out to towards the northwest there. Come in on runway, what I got, 32. 32 left and right, and if I'm not mistaken, I think one of those is closed. I think 32 left might be closed. Yeah, so this whole area out here, this is where Red Flag takes place. Red Flag is kind of a multinational air exercise, air to air, air to ground, a little bit of everything. From they invite all sorts of different nations to come with their planes out here and kind of play war, do an exercise. I've been in one. When I was in the Air Force, I was in one of them out here. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. I guess we could bring our checklist up. We're on auto throttle. Field elevation, like we said, is like 4,400 feet right here, and ice protection, definitely not going to need it here. Altimeter setting, well, the closest we got is 2987, so go ahead and set that. Well, actually, you know what, let's be a little bit more precise there. Let's see what we got. All right, Desert Rock says 2987. Okay. It's a little airport right there just to the south, so we got that done. Seat belts on, right, and for the approach, we're going to come in from the south, head on runway 32, I think, right. No ice protection, we got our lights on. We'll do 50% flaps to start and 140 on the approach here. Very cool. All that stuff happening down there for their exercises of all sorts. And actually what I think I'm going to do, we'll go to heading hold here instead. Let me sync heading, hit heading. Alright, and then we're going to kind of inch around to the right side of this mountain range right here. We'll get our landing gear down, flaps as required, pressure on our cabin here is 0. This plane acts weird. It goes way too high on the cabin pressure, I think, for some reason. So we're actually gonna skip that. Here we go. All right, autopilot off. Let's fly this thing in manually here today. Have a little bit of fun here. Hey, I see our base. Now a lot of this stuff is accessible, different spots. We've seen, different. There's a couple guys that they try to get up on top of some of these hills and look down into the base, and because some of it's public land. I don't know where the actual, base starts here. There's some place. You can only go so far, and then there's a fence. All right, there's our base right there, and I see some approach lights. That looks like 3-2 right. So go ahead and get slowed down over here. As far as winds, I don't know. I'm looking at winds up here, and they look different than what we had anticipated here. But long enough runway, so I think what we'll do. Let's go 50% flaps, gear down. I'm going to go ahead and land on the left, just because it looks like it's open in the scenery here, at least. But I think in the real world, it's actually not. All right, there's 145. Let's go full flaps. We got like a 3-knot crosswind here, or tailwind. So much for that observation there, but we can still land with a little bit of a tailwind. Yeah, there's the X right there. So yeah, even in the scenery here, this runway is closed. But hey, you know, we're landing here anyway. Alright, now, since I don't know my way around here, we're going to figure out where we got to taxi to here, especially since we're on a closed runway here. Let's get our ice protection off. We're not going down there, because that just kind of goes to a little spot right there. We actually want to get to the main base over there. I think we got to go a little bit farther. I don't know, we might have to actually off-road it here a little bit. And let's get the flaps up. And we take the next left, should take us right into kind of the base, even if we got to go off-road a little bit. And we kind of landed on a closed runway anyway. Maybe it's the second left. Yeah, that's what we want. I'm referencing my chart right there. Yeah, see, because that only goes to the building right there. It doesn't go all the way. Here's the one that, yeah, Bravo. This is what we want. This is an actual open taxiway in real life. Alright, landing light off. Well, we taxi over here. Let's see what we see, because I have not been out this way. I haven't seen what's in this building here. Apparently, whoever developed the scenery did, put in a few things here and there. I see an Osprey in there. Like I'm waiting to find an alien body in a truck or something. Yeah, we'll come over here straight ahead and park it. Park it over here, and then we'll jump in the drone and take a look around here. Some little interesting things here. What's that? On second thought, let's just come over here and take a look around here. Yeah, looks like some sort of a drone. I don't recall ever seeing one that color, though. well, we're going to stop it right here. I want to take a look around. And what I'm going to do is, what do I want to do here? Shut stuff down really quick. Get all that shut down. Off. Alright, good enough. Let's go cruise around here in a drone. Let's see what we see. We'll start at this end of the base, so that's kind of good. Ooh, what's going on right there? Look at that. Guy in a jetpack. Really? That's pretty cool. I don't think I've seen that one. The guy's like guiding him in. I didn't see that one last time. I kind of looked around over here. What is that? Is that a B2? Got a little stealth drone right there. Got an old school F-16 there. We're going to go into a couple of the hangars over here that you can see into, and let's see what we see here, because I remember seeing something funny. Ooh, what's that? Hey, look at that. Alright, that's the second weird thing I've seen. Do you know what that is? That is the ship from Tom Cruise movie, sci-fi movie called Oblivion. That's neat. Alright, we got our first find in Area 51 over here. Let's see, we got a drone. It's like a... I think a Russian fighter in there. Boy, we could spend all day looking at stuff around here, huh? A lot of drones, huh? Another F-22, I believe. There's one other thing I wanted to show you guys, but before we sign off here. There was a hangar over here that had a shuttlecraft in it. Cool. An 810 U2 over here. This guy's getting briefed, getting ready to take off. Got another drone of some sort. I don't even know where that thing was that I saw before. Very neat. Alright guys, I guess we'll leave it right there. I don't know where that shuttlecraft was. Oh, wait a minute. I think I found it. Yep, there it is. I don't even know what that's from. Let me know if you know what that's from. Alright guys, that's it for now. Take care. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next stream here.